Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? It's been a while. I've been so busy but I am back now. So today's video is going to be a cook and clean with me video. So if this is something that is of interest to you, then keep on watching. But if you are new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you love cleaning videos, DIYs, grocery hauls, mom life, then consider subscribing and join this amazing family. You will love it here. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. So I just wanted to cook this. I want to cook some stew as well as some spinach soup so I can put in my freezer for the week. So I just wanted to take you guys along with me. And here I'm putting my goat meat on the stove. I put seasoning cubes, thyme, turmeric powder, and some other seasonings, and salt as well. So I'm just going to cover it to boil, and then I'm going to go on with something else. So guys, I did not film me frying the goat meat. So here the goat meat is done and it's fried. I fried it, but then I'm starting to make the soup, the stew for the meat. So I just put my vegetable oil and some blended pepper and Maggi seasoning, Knorr seasoning cubes, some salt. And that's all the seasoning that I wanted to put in this stew. And I'm going to be adding the meat stock sometime somewhere along the line. So yeah, just keep on watching. So now that everything is up to my taste, I'm just going to cover it to cook. I like to cook it because I didn't boil it before starting to cook, so I want it to cook all the way. So I'm going to move this to the back of the stove so I can use the front to start cooking my spinach, my efforiro. So first I'm going to be adding some palm oil to the pot, and guys, I ran out of palm oil. I have only a little bit of palm oil left, so that's what I'm going to be managing for this too. But I added some vegetable oil. For some reason, I like to do that. I don't know why, but I feel like it tastes better for me. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of vegetable oil to this palm oil. So now I'm going to put my onions, my chopped up onions, as well as my roughly blended pepper mixture. So in this mixture, I have bell peppers and I think 1 or 2 tomatoes and some onions. So I did not blend it in my regular blender. I used a mini food processor just to give it a rough blended consistency. So now I'm adding my seasoning cubes as well as some salt. I'm going to be adding locust beans as well, and I'm just going to leave it to cook for some time before I add something else. So now I'm going to be adding my cow skin, dry fish, as well as smoked turkey. So this is all the 3 kinds of meat I'm putting in this soup. So I'm just going to add everything together, stir it together, and cover it to cook for a little bit, because by the time I put the spinach, I don't want to overcook it. I don't want it to cook it for too long anymore. So I'm just going to cook this mixture before I add my spinach. Now my goat meat stew is as cooked to my liking. I'm going to be adding the fried meat into it, cover it again for it to cook a little bit longer. I did not fry the shaki and the liver. I did not fry those. I don't like to fry those. I only fried the meat. So I'm just going to mix it and cover it to cook for a little bit longer. Now it's time to add my spinach, and yeah, I'm just gonna add it, give it a stir, and cover it to cook. Well, I'm going to be tasting for salt before I cover it to cook. And we are all done. Just look at that yummalicious spinach soup. And yeah, it tastes so good and it smells so good. So I'm going to be dishing these soups out into my containers so they can go in the fridge. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. So for some reason, I don't like to keep my meat inside of my stew. I like to get the meat out because I don't want it to be too soft by the time we finish eating it. So I'm going to be getting the meat out and I'll put the soup separately in another container. So now that the soups have been cooked and dished out, now it's time to clean up this big of a mess that I made while I was cooking. So yeah, look at all the dishes. This is everything that I used while I was cooking. I don't know how this happened, but this is the mess that I came up with, guys. So I'm going to be tackling these dishes now, and I'm just going to let you sit back and relax with some music while I tackle these dishes. make a lot of mess. And here we have it. The whole kitchen is clean. Well, the area that I cooked in is clean. The dishes is all gone, all clean, and the countertop is free of clutter, and the stove is clean. So after cooking, I like to do this kind of cleaning so that I don't leave the kitchen in a big mess just because I cooked. Most of the time I like to clean as I go, but on this particular day I just wasn't having it, so I had to leave the cooking until I was finished 100% cooking. So yeah, and I'm really loving this new countertop and the stove. I am working on editing the video to show you guys how we turned around this kitchen a little bit to what it's looking like right now. I'm working on the video, okay? So but I'm still need to fix the backsplash as well as a little bit of area by the sink area. So yeah, but right now I'm loving the sink, I'm loving the countertop, I'm loving the stove. And thank you so much for sticking around with me. If you love this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to do so before you leave. And please come back for more. Thank you so much once again. And I would love to see you in my next video. Bye bye.